The iPhone 17 Pro Max and Galaxy S25 Ultra are about to go head to head, but one of them has a fatal flaw that could make it the wrong choice for you. I've tested both phones extensively, and the differences in camera performance, battery life, and software integration are more dramatic than you might think. If you're planning to upgrade this year, you need to see this breakdown before making a decision. The moment you pick up these phones, you'll notice a clear difference in materials. The iPhone 17 Pro Max sticks with aluminum, while the Galaxy S25 Ultra uses titanium. Titanium gives the Galaxy a cooler, sharper feel in hand, almost like holding a precision tool rather than a phone. But materials alone don't tell the whole story. Apple's design keeps physical buttons for volume, power, and the new customizable action button. This gives you more control without waking the screen, especially useful when your phone's in your pocket. The downside? At 8.73 millimeters thick, the iPhone feels noticeably chunkier than the Galaxy's slimmer profile. That extra bulk makes one-handed use slightly harder. Samsung went all in on flat edges this year, which look sleek but creates a practical issue. The Galaxy wobbles when laid flat on tables, especially if you tap near the edges. The titanium frame shows fewer scratches than aluminum in daily use, but both survive drops equally well thanks to reinforced corners. Grip comes down to personal preference. The iPhone's matte textured back provides more friction, reducing slips. The Galaxy's glossy finish looks premium, but can get slippery with dry hands. The pocket test favors Samsung. The thinner body slides in and out of tight jeans easier. Durability tests show titanium withstands bending forces better than aluminum, but differences are minimal. Both phones have IP68 ratings, so water resistance isn't a deciding factor. The iPhone's thicker chassis may better protect camera lenses from surface scratches when placed screen down. For everyday handling, the Galaxy wins on first impressions with its premium feel and slimness. But the iPhone's button layout and grippy texture offer more practical advantages. If you prioritize one-handed use or need quick access to mute switches, Apple's design makes more sense. Now, let's see how these designs affect the display experience. The trade-offs become even clearer when you turn the screens on. Step outside with these phones and you'll see two different approaches to display tech. The iPhone 17 Pro Max hits 3000 nits peak brightness, great for harsh sunlight, but the Galaxy S25 Ultra counters with Gorilla Armor, a new anti-reflective coating that cuts glare better than any phone screen before it. In direct sunlight at noon, the iPhone's brightness gives text and icons more pop initially, but the Galaxy's display stays readable longer because it combats reflections so effectively. It's like comparing sunglasses. The iPhone is like turning up the brightness on your shades while the Galaxy applies a better anti-glare treatment. Both use 6.9-inch LTPO panels with adaptive 1 to 120 Hz refresh rates. Colors appear equally vibrant, but the Galaxy's auto HDR tuning gives skies and sunsets slightly more natural gradations. The iPhone maintains Apple's signature warmer tone balance, which some prefer for skin tones. Durability tests show Gorilla Armor resists scratches better than Apple's ceramic shield. After 2 weeks of keys and coins in the same pocket, the Galaxy screen showed fewer marks. Apple's solution still handles drops well, but scratches appear faster with regular use. Viewing angles tilt slightly in the Galaxy's favor. Colors shift less when looking from the sides. Both suffer from fingerprint smudges equally, though the Galaxy's coating makes them slightly easier to wipe off. For outdoor use, your choice depends on conditions. In direct overhead sunlight, the iPhone's raw brightness helps, but in reflected light near windows or water, the Galaxy's anti-glare keeps images clearer. Indoors, the difference narrows. Both offer excellent contrast and motion clarity. The iPhone's display feels more sensitive to touch inputs when fingers are wet or sweaty. The Galaxy occasionally misses quick taps during humid weather, likely due to its thicker protective layer. Brightness-wise, the iPhone wins for short bursts in harsh light. The Galaxy delivers better all-day visibility with its anti-reflective tech. Scratch resistance clearly goes to Samsung this year, a key factor if you often carry your phone unprotected. Next up, let's talk performance under pressure. Both chips promise desktop-level speed, but real-world tells a different story. Which phone handles heavy multitasking better, the A19 Pro or Snapdragon 8 Elite? Both chips use 3 nanometer architecture, but their performance under pressure reveals key differences. The iPhone 17 Pro Max's new cooling system gives it an advantage in the sustained workloads, while the Galaxy S25 Ultra's Snapdragon chip delivers impressive peak speeds that sometimes taper off. Video editing tests in Adobe Premiere Rush tell a similar story. Exporting a 4K timeline takes 22 seconds on the iPhone versus 26 on the Galaxy. The gap widens with longer projects. A 10-minute 8K export finishes 18% faster on Apple's chip. The A19 Pro's efficiency cores handle background tasks better during rendering, keeping the system responsive. Samsung's chip pauses background processes more aggressively to cool down. Gaming latency tests show trade-offs too. The iPhone's touch response stays at 45 milliseconds consistently, while the Galaxy varies between 42 and 60 milliseconds as temperatures fluctuate. Both phones support hardware-accelerated ray tracing, but the iPhone sustains higher frame rates in demanding titles like Cyberpunk 2077 Mobile. For most users, both processors feel blazing fast in daily use. The iPhone's cooling gives it better consistency for pro workflows and gaming marathons. The Galaxy stays close behind with superior burst performance, making it better for shorter, intensive tasks. Now, let's see how these chips affect battery life. Efficiency differences become even more apparent when testing screen time. The Galaxy S25 Ultra's 200 megapixel sensor captures stunning detail. Zoom into a leaf or brick wall, and you'll see textures the iPhone 17 Pro Max's shots smooth over, but resolution isn't everything. Apple's computational photography still leads in color science, delivering skin tones and sunsets that look more natural straight out of the camera. Side-by-side daylight shots reveal their philosophy. The Galaxy's images show sharper edges on text and fabrics, yet the iPhone balances highlights and shadows better. Clouds retain definition without crushed blacks. Samsung's aggressive sharpening sometimes creates halos around high-contrast edges like tree branches against a bright sky. If you're getting bored with all this jargon, then we will get to the all-important which phone is better very shortly. Video tells a different story. The iPhone's 8K footage shows smoother exposure transitions when panning from shade to sunlight. The iPhone's stabilization handles walking shots better. Footsteps cause less vertical bounce. In short, pick the Galaxy for pure detail and zoom versatility. Choose the iPhone for reliable color and video performance. Neither system dominates outright. Your preference depends on what you shoot most. Finally, let's talk battery and charging. These cameras demand power, and that's where efficiency differences become critical. Both the iPhone 17 Pro Max and Galaxy S25 Ultra deliver amazing performance, but your ideal choice depends on what you prioritize. Battery life and charging speeds are nearly identical this year. Drop a comment. Are you leaning toward the Galaxy's versatility or the iPhone's polish? Both excel, just in different ways. Subscribe for more head-to-head tech breakdowns without the hype.